Feel free to talk.
Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something. So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked it for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.
So, maybe I should open it.
Oh, don't kill me, please. I tell you everything. God is loot, loot. I'm young. I don't wanna die.
Boss, code is loot.
Oh my god, idiot. Fuck, I surrendered by idiots.
Hey, kid. Sorry about that.
And welcome back. Final map for this. Well, for today's action. It's going to be NAVI Junior and Sangal Esports battling out on Mirage. And I think we could be in for a great final map here, Flakes. I mean, NAVI Junior, they've got a great record on Mirage. But Sangal, they've been playing higher quality teams. So it could be a bit of a...
That's where the mix is, isn't it? It's,
yeah.
NAVI Junior, yes, they have a great record, but a lot of it is against an arguably relatively weak opposition, whereas Sangal, not a whole ton of it, but some very strong teams. So this could be exciting, I think, in either direction.
Yeah, and I mean, a player who I would say to look out for on this map is Menezi, which seems sort of obvious, but honestly, the times I've watched Menezi on Mirage, he's been so much sharper, so much more sort of capable than other maps, and that's saying something considering he's been performing pretty well so far in this series. I mean, what's he at across the first two maps? He's at 48 to 33 in terms of kills to death, so I mean, he is not having a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. But just be prepared for it to hit a new level on Mirage, that's all I'll say. You do just wait for the players just to ready themselves up.
That's it, where you sort of just sat, you're patiently waiting, you know, it's all about to kick off. It's
Yeah,
all about to explode. But the mini pork, that is such a quintessentially British way to set this up.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a mini pork pie? Melton Mowbray, to be precise.
Nice little mini pork pies, some Scotch eggs, maybe
Yeah,
a few cocktail sausages.
You know, I actually, I can't remember what it was, but I watched a clip of Joe Wilkinson just with a bag of 17 Scotch eggs. And it really made me want a Scotch egg. Don't know why.
God, what's this? It's like a British summer barbecue.
Yeah.
I suppose we are getting pretty close to summer now. Okay,
Well,
we're getting there. It's not quite summer yet, but we're on the way.
Isn't a British summer barbecue just cooking on the grill inside?
Hey, we got to make do with what we get, right? It's not like the weather's really on our side.
No. There's that one day of summer, and then all the... oh, there we go, the easy spray. Menezi's loving it. There's the one day of summer, and then all the disposable barbecues are sold out. Usually how it goes. So I suspect Navi they picked the CT side here off the back of the knife round, sorry. And I mean, yeah, I wouldn't blame them. CT side Mirage, pretty banging. I love a bit of CT side Mirage. And I just want to explain as well. This is not any sort of elimination match. Sorry?
was going to say, so we go back to pork pies again. I wasn't sure where we were going.
Just want to explain the great thing about a mini pork pie. no. This is not an elimination match or anything. This is the round 2 from Swiss stage. Both of these teams currently sit 1-0 after winning their opening matches. Navi Junior actually took down Isako Bors, the Polish side. Well, Sangal, they took down Lil Mix, the Swedish, I believe they are now. And yeah, so both of these teams just fighting for a 2-0 record in the Swiss stage, which would be very nice. Very nice. And aggression from Navi Junior. Well, okay, Onkir, that's reasonable. Just taps them both away. They're both removed from existence. And it's a 2-man advantage for Navi Junior.
Certainly the way you want to be starting this off, isn't it? Just bagging an early advantage through some audacious aggression. Sensei now creeping up, though, ready to end some lives with a Glock to the back of the head. At least that'd be the goal. Slows things down to a halt, though. Sangal deciding, you know what? Let's not pull the trigger just yet. Let's see if we can get someone in mid. Or maybe even just bait some rotations back towards B. Fortunately for them, no one's actually rotated and left yet. The only thing that they've given up right now is mid control, which frankly is not really the end of the world. At least in this specific scenario. For a gun round, we'd be saying different. As this is when the push begins to take shape. Connector going to be the key here. And you can see Fear's already rotated over. This is why mid control is not important. He's going to be watching the connector push. He's aware of one of the potential options, so just has to keep an eye on it as the kills do come through. Fear strikes down for 1, makes it to 2, realizes the third player is ramped. Maybe he'll even get the triplet here after all. As the cross comes in, bomb going to be going down, and this is where they will just rush this man out the server. No chance in hell.
Clean round for Navi Junior there. A couple kills make things interesting. I think it was Sensei in towards the A site, but it was sort of said and done when Onkir found those 2 with the help of a flashbang from Fear towards the ramp. The round was sort of already decided at that point. But Navi Junior, they've won quite a lot of pistol rounds in this best of 3. My chair has a bit of a squeak there. Needs a bit of WD-40 on it, I think. Angle, they look towards this A site yet again. This time with 4 sport pistols and a MAC-10 for Logic, who's going to go jumping over Onkir. They somehow pass each other, but I mean, I have no idea what's going on. It's absolute carnage towards the A site, and it's actually Sangal coming out on top in all the madness. They've managed to find themselves a 4-on-2. Logic will get caught towards...
Oh, they got away with this.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just set utility towards the A site, straight in with the MAC-10s and pistols, and they've managed to cause chaos. And I think Navi Junior, they're going to save these 2 FAMASs.
I think you have to at this point. You know you've got these SMGs and the Tech-9s and whatnot embedded deeply into the site. The afterplants are going to be strong. You've got, what, 25 seconds at that point? They had to make a decision to push. You've got a single flash and a smoke. 1 low HP play. You had a second, but he's already dead. It doesn't really bode well for Navi, so a bit of a cock-up there, to put it candidly. They are going to give away a quick and aggressive play to the Sangal side, who make it work, just overwhelming them with pistols. Logic catching them by surprise as well with the window play. Far from ideal. He will be traded in the end, as you see in the replay, but it's too little too late.
And although the pistol slips away from the Turkish side, they do pull it back with a 4 spy, which is even more tasty in some regards. They have themselves plenty of rifles. Major's just going to rock a Tech 9 for this round. Doesn't feel like going for any sort of weaponry. Maybe not the need to do so. Certainly still make it work as is, and again, it's looking like this A site is going to be the point of attack for Sangal. A little bit of utility just slowing the advance. Sangal, they're still all perched outside the site, ready to attack. As they do so, it's a bit of a Goomba stomp, but the Goomba fights back. Pogolev, he finds a first and a second with the salvaged AK. As Navi Junior, they look to force by the 4 spy, and it is going to be just Engine left alone. Over by the sandwich, he's going to get sandwiched by a lot of Navi Junior players. And they will fight back the Russian-Ukrainian side. Jesus.
What a bloodbath.
I know.
What an absolute bloodbath. That's very much a case of you blink and you miss it, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
gone. They've just all completely died in ramp. It's a bit of a disaster, but that leads us here. Once more, all the armor back in play. A couple rifles out as well, a couple pistols. Sangal clearly wanting to make sure that they give this one a good go. Not by all means wanting to bow out of the fight in Mirage just yet. As they begin to eye up some aggression towards B apps, but this is, for the most part, fairly standard T-side default. You've got someone pushed into B apps, they're just looking to check kind of the situation towards B. Probe, ideally, to confirm that there are 2 players holding towards there, as the rest of the team is spread out across the map. Player towards A, 2 players focused on bottom of underpass, and then 1 player top of mid as well. This gives Sangal the opportunity to A, push and prod towards different areas of kind of the A and B set respectively, or also allows them to regroup relatively easy towards their end destination, which something tells me Sangal was still very undecided on what they want to be doing yet. We're seeing a little bit of movement come in towards B apartments, but by no means commitment yet from Sangal. They are just hoping that they are going to be able to get a pick here if they're just patient, but NAVI Jr. don't seem to be peaking at all.
Yeah, no need to at the moment. They don't feel threatened. It's the B side that is going to be under attack, and they're actually going to rotate Menezi over to provide some more assistance as the hit comes through. Cynix starting to put up numbers early on in this game, as the only Major who's found anything for Sangal, and that was with the Galil that he purchased up. The rest of his team just with Deagles now. Oh, that's a gift. Alex onto Cynix, who jumps right into his crosshair. Is now left in a 1v3, but only 50 HP. Unlikely he finds anything more. It is going to be NAVI Jr. finding their third. Onkir doesn't like what's on the TV as he shoots that out. Yeah, I mean, pretty strong hold from NAVI Jr. there. I mean, they give up a couple frags towards the end, trying to jump up on the van. But all in all, very, very decent hold and keeping 3 players alive. About the minimum you'd want for a round like that, where you're just against limited weaponry. They've done the run boost across. I'm not sure really what it gains. I mean, they know a player's there, and as soon as it peaks, it's still long range with a Glock. So, very clean 4th coming through, and now for Sangal, the guns should be coming out.
Certainly will, but not the ideal start for them to be pulling them out. You're already 4-1 down. You know that this is a round that's going to be critical if you want to keep the tempo back in your favour. So let's see, what's the game plan going to be? Are we just going to see another very sort of early passive start where they're looking for these picks? Do they have a play in their back pocket they're willing to move out? It seems to be they do. It's going to be quick, aggressive play deep down into connector. And then I would imagine off the back of that, an explosive play onto the A site. Onker and Kodo may throw a wrench in the works here. This aggressive A ramp play was not what they were hoping for. As the trades Dumgoo come through thick and fast. At the end, it's a 2-on-2. Menezi takes the duel. I think he knows that someone's close connector and he cuts them down, just making them look like Swiss cheese. And this is where things go from bad to worse. Paz 10 HP, Engine 8 HP, trying to cross the frag grenades come hailing. They're simply not going to cut it.
8 HP, yeah, there's just no way he's stuck in towards the corner. If he tries and cross, Sanix will cut him down. And there you go. 5 on the board. And that was a weird situation. Onkir in this position. Actually, I think someone must have called out connector as players are pushing through. He turns around, actually reads that pretty well. Oh, tragic. If always a first nade, probably thinks, oh, got away with it. Then the second one comes flying through as well, and he knows he's done. But pistols once more for Sangal. Something faster towards B. Well, Major had a look. He actually gets a tag onto Cynix. So he's going to get stopped in his tracks for the time being, as Jr. Got a very nice setup towards mid here. Onk is going to be covered by his teammate and vice versa. They do net a couple frags from it. But unlikely that Sangal are really going to find much in this round to begin with.
Patience is key here. You got to slow it down. You just got to wait and see what you can work with now in these kind of rounds. You've got very little weaponry, of course. You're just looking for picks. So best thing to do is just to wait and see if Navi will overextend, maybe get a bit overzealous looking for those kills on you. Unfortunately, they do peek, but you're there ready and waiting at a headshot angle, which means only one thing. The AK gonna eat you alive for breakfast, and the round is quick and easy.
But the Sangal bringing the guns out. They're looking aggressive towards mid early. Trying to find some decent control. They've been able to take a lot of it with the utility down. They've held NAVI Jr. out of their positions, but they've already boosted a player in towards ladder rim. That's fair. Does collect a kill, combining with Pogolev for a 2-man advantage. It's not what you want on the Sangal side of things. Your next gun round, it looks like you're going to be falling even further behind.
That AWP could well ruin the day of any B push here. I've seen this countless times before. In fact, there is very much a spray paint on the wall that signifies the damage that an AWP can do in this position. Let's see. Bodes well so far. Sure shot connects. Beautifully done. The smart thing from Navi here as well is, rather than the aggressive option, which is to go full send and re-peek, which more than likely means you get killed by any team worth their salt that will punish it, instead it immediately falls back, re-peeks, waits for the kill to come through, job done, one more frag to find. This is textbook Counter-Strike from Navi, it really is.
I think Menezi now, what, 8-1 in this game? So he's having a bit of fun. Perfect round for NAVI Jr. Absolutely no damage done towards them, and they clean up every single Sangal player to collect a 7th round, and they'll have a easy time as well in the next round with Sangal not having as much cash to play with. Oh dear. Not a single entry kill found for Sangal yet. We've played 8 rounds, so they'll want to try and rectify that sooner rather than later. You don't want to be getting into the second half still with only like 1 entry kill or something like that. That is not going to be productive, and it's certainly not going to be getting you rounds, that's for sure.
Well, at this point, anything you can do to get your rounds, though, is going to be something you got to try, right? At 7-1, it feels like nothing is sticking. There's no substance here for the Sangal side, and you got to try a few things, right? You got to get creative. Danchan, you can't be just trying the same stuff, because clearly it ain't working. Now, only a handful of gun rounds so far, but the problem is their economy is just being ground out the game. We are going to see once again Tech9s and Kevlar come out this time, which at least is smart from Sangal. They're managing their economy enough to the point where they can get a couple of these good half buys in and really make these rounds something a little bit more tangible than just the full ecos, which frankly you should never be expected to win. So there is some light here, and also let's not forget the only round they've won has been thanks to a bunch of Tech9s going crazy on the A side. So there's definitely some hope there. As it looks like now they're going to try and go for this B play. Full smokes coming in from the back of B halls just outside apartments as they rain down. Not really much pace here in terms of the aggression, just looking to wait and bait out these mollies and then pray for Major to be able to catch them on the rotates. And he does a great job of doing just that, actually. Killing the rifle rotating through jungle. That's going to get a rifle in the hands of this T side. And that allows for this reverse collapse on towards A. He has to find his kill and sandwich, and he does. This is supreme and easy. That's an unusual whiff. Very rarely happens, but gets away with it. Still able to pull out the pistol. secure the trade frag.
Yeah, he legs him up. Has to finish it with the USP, and now a 4-on-3. But Major, very low on HP as well. Might be a potential frag. But with a few of these Sangal players on armor, it makes things difficult. And look at the wrap coming through. They're not going to expect this coming one bit. Monezi going to get caught down, but Fear's able to turn around in time and make sure it's just the one kill as they now start to push in towards this site and clean up the rest of these players. But there's another player coming behind them, and they need to watch out for that as Sensei towards the jungle. He's trying to find shots with a Glock, and now Major will swing in after drawing the initial contact. Sangal find another round with those low bought pistols. I mean, you sort of teased it. I didn't think it would come to fruition, though.
I actually think it's really smart what they did, though. Rather than just going for the standard, all right, smokes B, and then Navi just expecting this full B execute to come to life. They go for the B execute, and then they wait. They put Major in the jungle rotator position in window, just waits for the rifle to come through, kills the rifle, gets that to his teammate who comes in from top of connector, and then blocks the AWPer from rotating in through CT. And there's one key detail that helps in there is the fact that vent wasn't broken, which means the AWPer doesn't get a clear line of sight into window. And I think that's what saves Major's life, at least in the short term. That's what creates the round to happen. So, unfortunately, a couple of very small details all adding up to quite a big moment there, and a second round, as you say, now in play for the Sangal side.
Yeah, but they need to be finding more than this. You can't have just these odd rounds and then not have any sustenance for your gun rounds. They need to find something here and now to start bringing it back against NAVI Junior. Otherwise, it'll all be for nothing, these couple rounds you win here. And that is a beautiful flashbang, has granted Ornkir one of the easiest frags of his life. He's trying to push in towards A. Ornkir and Fear still finding more and just spraying through the bottom of the balcony. It is going to be Pogolev with a 4th kill for NAVI Junior. And Major, the last man alive. It's just exactly the same. They win out with the sort of low guns and then just falter when they have the full buyout.
My heart is telling me to have all kind of feelings right now, Danchan. It really is, because it just seems like, as you say, Tech 9 Supreme, AK-47, more like a wet noodle. And that just doesn't sit right. And that's a phrase I'm sure I never thought I'd say on a broadcast before, but I think it's an appropriate description of the type of gunplay we're seeing right now from this Sangal side. They seem to be on the ball with these Tech 9 aggressive plays and some innovative play as well. I mean, again, going back to this idea of the execute B, catching the rotators from that in window to open up the round. It's really smart, innovative stuff. So clearly the play is there, the right calls are being made, but when they get onto these gun rounds with these AKs, boy, it's like a whole different team.
And that is not going to be conductive of a strong T-half if you can't make it work on the AKs. That is for sure. Menezi with an opening kill. That sort of maybe does that signal a 9th coming in for NAVI Junior? I mean, Sangal have got decent control towards short here, and they're going to try pushing in towards the B site off the back of it. A nice kill from Sensei does remove Fear, but they've still got to deal with Cynix up on the balcony, and Ornkir who's towards Market, and there strikes Cynix. A first kill for him. Needs to try and stay alive, doesn't want to get caught out here. It's a great position to be in, but Engine will eventually sniff him out, but it's only going to be the one for Engine there. He's very quickly traded by Ornkir, as it's now Sensei a 1 versus 2. Ornkir just trying to bait out. And he's pushing close, try and pull Sensei off the bomb. It's not going to work out. He'll stick it. And now a 1 versus 2 where he spots out Monezi as well. He now knows where both of these players are going to be pushing from and misses the shot. That gives away his position. And that is not good for him because now he's going to have 2 very hungry NAVI Junior players approaching him. But Monezi, he misses his chance. And oh no, Sensei!
What is that? That is absolutely naughty. Sensei just whips it out straight from the bottom of the barrel. 2 kills, lock and key.
What was that second shot, man? You think, okay, Ornkir's got his number dead to rights. Doesn't even need the scope. Outrageous. Oh, Sangal up to a third. And Navi Jr., especially Menezi, probably ruined the fact he missed that shot. Could have all been done and a pause come through. Don't blame him. I'm glad we have a pause because it gives us a bit of time to recover.
Yeah, I feel like just take a second after that. I mean, that was absolutely naughty. What a round to find. I mean, they need every round they can get, and if that's the way they're going to get them, more of that, please.
Man, yes. Feed me more of that. Forget the mini pork pies. Give me more of that. It doesn't dispute the fact, though, that still Sangal are 5 rounds down. And when you've got a comparison like this on your screen, I mean, it sort of paints a bleak picture for the Turkish side. But maybe they can still find something more from this round as we... Or from this half, rather, as we get into the next round. As it's Menezi looking aggressive towards the apartments, has an AWP in his hands, and has a kill. Dead to right. Paz has been removed, his head decapitated. And Navi Jr. into the advantage.
Logic now looking for an opening pick here. Takes the duel on shore. So far, so good. First kill brought back into favour here for Sangal, but unfortunately, the apps play not paying off. And it seems like Sangal are looking a little lost here on where they're going. Are they hitting B? Are they hitting A? I honestly couldn't tell you because I don't even know at this point. They've got players out through ramp. They took a bit of B control as well. Now Sensei is left all on his lonesome towards B app. So, Danchan, does that seem a bit discoordinated to you? It seems like they're a bit all over the place in this one.
Yeah, I mean, Logic has a bit of nice work getting that frag, the trade frag towards short, but it just feels like everyone's taking these 1v1 duels, not really sure about where the end game is. And now, I mean, he did a 1v2 last round. Surely not this time. A 1v4. Especially not with Ornkir. Pod's playing as a plant pot. 9 on the board for Navi Jr., and this was the opener for the Russian-Ukrainian side. Has just had no chance, did he? Pistols once more for the Turkish side, and I mean, 2 of the 3 of their rounds have been with pistols like this, so you never know. Maybe Navi Jr. have learnt their lesson, as it's aggression from Sangal up through connector. Ornkir with a first o'clock for Sensei, hoping to find a trade, but it's not going to work out as kills start rolling in for Navi Jr. Menezi's just USPing them. Doesn't even want to waste AWP bullets on them, apparently. These are the last man alive. Okay, finding a bit of damage. I mean, I just don't understand how they're able to find kills like this with pistols and rounds like this. Well, not like that one because they didn't lose it, but rounds off the back of just low weaponry, and then when the guns come out, everything just feels like it's not there for them. Maybe they just need to throw some sort of Hail Mary Navi Jr.'s way with the guns. Try something like you've done on a pistol round with the guns out. Something that Navi Jr. aren't going to expect, because right now everything's very routine. And Navi Jr., they're having a bit of a field day.
Nice little bit of aggression. Again, same reward. Sensei, he's able to steal one back, though. That does at least set them back into a slightly more even situation. And that smoke phase, though, Menezi, I'm sure will go for a few picks down through mid. You may even be able to get Logic if he's not careful. If he overstays his welcome on that box, he has to drop eventually. There's no way to actually drop from that box without being overexposed to a player on ticket.
But at least for Sangal, They're in a 4-on-4. It's not a man
think
deficit.
The goal here, I think they're trying to get rotations to be. I think they're trying to catch the rotators. But this is a very high invested play into catching those rotators. You need your B players now to actually be able to take this site.
And with
The mollies and everything slowing them down, I don't think this is going to work. I mean, you're now
30 seconds.
You basically your rotating player hasn't done his job in it to a certain extent. He's only held connector. The flanks come through, completely shutting down your site take. The only benefit you've got is Logic, who was here in connector, has taken the A site. Whether he can hold it though is going to be a whole other question. And Manezi was just going to peek out and end his life.
Yeah,
so
now
this is
interesting. Major
bit of a
actually gets that
disaster.
shot.
It doesn't matter. There's no hope in hell in this round actually pulling through. It's a nice kill, but that'll be all. Navi, another round added to the tally, up to 11-3 now.
This is brutal. One more round to play, and Navi look like they're about to put 12 on the board. Is Sangal, they have a janky buy, a couple AKs, a Galil, and Mac 10. It's not much to play with. And also, I just want to point out, I did say Menezi's going to be putting up big numbers on Mirage. He's 16-2. So, I mean, he's just so good on Mirage. I don't understand. I mean, on carry, he's 17-8. Those are two heavy hitters for Navi, but into the final round. Okay, it's a bit more than 17 now for Onkir, as they just run in towards him. He's just finding frag after frag. Eventually gets cut short as Sensei with a Mac 10 will take him down. I'm surprised that it's ended up in a 2-on-2. With Onkir finding so much damage from that position. The rest of his team elsewhere have not been able to find any damage themselves, but on the Sangal side of things, they're both 54 HP. Why is there so many guns in CT? It's like a black market.
Just have a little shuffle around. They know at the end of the day, it's not like they're buying for the next round, is it? So it's clearly a nice little stock market set up in Spawn. Unfortunately, Navi chose not to rotate towards B. They're playing for the retake setup. So it will be a 2-on-2 retake. And a failed short jump. Not ideal.
It's hard. I can't do it, so I'm not one to judge.
The org in this position is actually kind of nutty as well.
Yeah.
Because you could just kind of peek these angles and just absolutely laser people out the server, to put it in a very simple way.
And obviously they're both low HP, so it's going to be the instant
Case in point
headshots.
is exactly
Yeah.
that. You just annihilate people out the server. They are absolutely nasty weapons for short. Now it all comes down to Sensei to do the work with the rifle. Secures the first kill. His position's now known. I would be surprised if he doesn't just get straight on the diffuser from an off angle. Oh, that's smart though. Sensei does get the headshot, and it will be 11-4.
Super sick first half either way from Navi Junior. I mean, yeah, Sangal had 4 rounds, but what? Two of them were with low buy Tech 9 weird pushes. One was Sangal or Sensei that insane 1v2 with the AWP, and then another 1v2 there for him with the AK. Not looking comfortable at all, Sangal and Mirage. Let's see if that switches when they head over towards the defense. But Navi just have a massive buffer. And the young side just dominating the stats here. 20 kills for Onkir. He's got 5 at the entry kills. Menezi on 6 AWP kills. He's been using USP more than the AWP, I feel. And remember, he's only 15 as well, Menezi.
What a talent for an age.
Yeah.
Has to be said.
And he's got the BM already in as well. The easy sprays. Nice opening shot for Sangal, though. Logic is going to tap away Onkir. That's a nice kill to find. One of the heavy hitters for Navi Junior so far.
Oh, this jungle push, though. Bit ballsy from Fear, has to be said.
It's looking like it's all just going to be Sangal now. I mean, 1 kill for Pogolev, but it's Menezi alone against 4. And he smokes off towards the apartment, or towards the palace, rather. There's just no way. He's open, somebody pushes him. They ain't gonna, though. And, okay, 5th for Sangal. You get the pistol round through. That's the start of something. And, I mean, 11-4 could be a bit of a deceptive scoreline in some cases. You can end up with very close games very quickly. And Sangal are hoping to do exactly that, but they've still got, well, 6 rounds to try and close in on NAVI Junior. And, well, the NAVI Junior side are actually going to take this one pretty safe. They aren't going to buy up in this round. They're going to save their economy, just get a few upgraded pistols through. Hopes just to inflict some damage that Pogolev is actually going to collect onto Paz.
I love that push from Engine. Just
Yeah.
peeks around the corner, uses the SMG to force the fight. Smoke means he obviously can't see a thing, so an easy one-way frag.
I mean, Navi, they're just hoping for maybe a kill or 2 extra to come through. The round
exactly.
is...
The
round's
chances
not
of them
gonna be-
actually finding something here is extremely thinly veiled. It would have to be a momentous cock-up to put it in a lovely British way for this to go the way of NAVI Junior, that's for sure. And see Major actually being smart, just knows full well, okay, if I get chased down here by a pistol, this ends badly for me and my team, so I'm going to be smart. This could be bad, though. This is exactly what I mean. You've just given up 2 kills now. Now it's all on Sensei. 30 seconds. The B site's been taken, and you have to now fight jungle. This is a complete disaster.
This is horrible. Doesn't even have any great weapons to work with. He's on a USP and a scout. Onke is just trying to stay alive. The Warfang not quite
He actually
enough.
hit him.
Yeah,
he
it's-
actually hit him. He's got a smoke. He's got a smoke, so he can just choose to back away. The problem he's got is he knows if he runs into market, what's Onka going to do? Basically, knife out and get ready to push. And that Deagle just needs to connect a single shot, and it ends his life. Oh, I love this as well. He's gone short. Smoke straight on the bomb. They're just going to try and bait him into forcing the
my
peaks. The Deagle
God.
connects, and, well, there you have it, folks. A momentous cock-up served right on your screen.
Why do we say things? we literally just like 20 seconds prior to when it all kicks off saying Navi Junior aren't going to be looking for the round win here. They're just looking for a couple extra kills. And what
The
did they
big
do?
problem there is, once they find the fragging window, whoever, I can't recall who it was actually rotating away through jungle who was 2 HP, but whoever that was, you immediately have to not be doing that, because you know that there's someone in jungle who has that angle on you. Unfortunately, it's just a split-second decision that backfired, and obviously you can't knock it. It is just that, a split-second decision. The stars kind of align there for the T side, but that's your problem, is immediately with the window frag found, the next place he's looking is for that rotator in CET, who, by the way, is making a ton of noise because absolutely just running through. It just becomes an easy double kill, and that changes the round from a 3v2 to a 2v1 in the space of about 5 seconds. A complete disaster.
Now it's Sangal with the low buy and already a man down. Ooh, I think yeah, he's been spotted out. Unke taps him away. Nice shot for logic, though. Okay, but that's 2 players spotted out towards short on the Sangal side. They will recover the AK and get away, but now NAVI Junior know the location of 2 of these players and the possibility of a gun being on one of them as well. But still, they look content to push in towards B. Okay. An interesting thought. I mean, if they'd waited a bit longer, the AK would have been further rotated away. Instead, it's been able to rotate in back through market and find heavy damage. 2 quick kills come through, but it's now just Sensei alone versus 2. 30 HP for him, and will eventually get caught out. Menezes saves the AWP. NAVI Junior, they're going to streak a little bit further ahead. 13 on the board for them. Sangal 8 rounds behind, and this is going to need some huge turnaround for them to try and even make NAVI Junior sweat on Mirage.
They're going to have to beg, borrow, and steal, is what they're going to have to do to get these rounds to go their way. Especially when you add into the fact that, well, they haven't got any money. So I suppose that really fits with the beg, borrow, and steal, because that's literally what they're going to have to do in this round. They've no money to buy, which means we're likely going to see 14-5 or a huge mistake from Navi. One of the 2 are going to happen, that's a guarantee.
No, I think NAVI Junior haven't been too bad against the low rounds. I mean, they lost a couple on the CT side, but that was Sangal playing some pretty strong rounds, and actually wasn't merely mistakes from Navi. As right now, they're just playing things slow. They're waiting for Sangal just to show themselves, give themselves up, and get some free frags. His own care. Okay, that's exactly the opposite of what I was just saying. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's happening again, isn't it?
It's
happening again. These pistols getting away with absolute murder in this round.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean,
The upside that we have is that they don't have any Kevlar, and they're all pretty low
True.
HP bar engines. So that MAC-10 is going to eat them for breakfast, along with the AK as well. So as long as they can get the bomb down here, get themselves in relatively sensible afterplants, especially these longer range duels, it's going to be pretty comfortable. The issue you've got is, of course, that AWP. Do not give that AWP a free peek.
And that's exactly what Pogolov does.
Pogolov, please, you're killing me. You're killing me.
Oh,
That is just...
no.
The minute you peek into short like that AWP is just going to be sat there ready and waiting, and he knows he's got one job, and that is to catch you.
Still, though, Cynix could still win this one out. Low HP for Paz, and with the MAC-10 in hand, they've got no armor. There goes them both.
Oh, there's the MAC-10. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It shouldn't come down to that, though. It shouldn't come down to that.
Deary me. I mean, it just feels like... Should we just stop talking at this point? Everything we say is just turning to just smoldering ash. This is a replay of that Sensei 1 versus 2 from yonder ago. Oh my lord. It was glorious. All in all, has meant little in the grand scheme of the game. One for one, at least. I'm surprised Major actually re-peeks that into the AWP. I would be very timid about peeking Menezzi with an AWP on that angle. That is for sure.
Pogolov. Man who previously disappointed me with the short peek. He's hoping he can redeem himself with some beautiful, crisp, clean palace entries. Major, of course, the man to find. You can see him just edging his way out bit by bit. He knows there's an opportunity to be found here. What, of course, he's trying to be cognizant of is that CT pressure. He swings a little too wide, gets caught overexposed to CT. That's an immediate free kill given up to the CT side, so we have to be very careful here.
And
I love that.
interesting.
Falling back from ramp means that the contest towards ramp is actually not only not spotted, but at least for now, short term, they can actually win the fight, and they do. They get away with winning that fight. That is a disaster. Logic, how do you lose that duel? How do you lose that duel? Oh my goodness, it's all falling apart. The T-ramp push is a blunder. The short push is a blunder. Engine falls, and we go 15-5. Dad, Chad, I'm hurting. I am hurting inside.
That actually was physical pain. I felt those. I felt those Sangal players. That was just. It felt like I was in their place, just doing my own thing and just whiffing shots. But it's not rare you see duels like that swing the other way. NAVI Junior just hitting their entire new level at this point. They're looking just to go for a set execute towards the A site by the looks of things, as Sangal have managed to muster up a few MP9s, a couple FAMASs, but it looks like this game is going to be all said and done 16-5 unless Sangal can throw out some heroics of their own. As Major, he's going to push aggressive, can't find anything. Paz, however, has been able to at least go 1 for 1, so it's not all doom and gloom for the Sangal side, but with Sensei rotating in towards the site, close range with MP9, needs to get some more shots through. Is Logic Man, however, who's left his teammate Engine in a 1 versus 3, and surely there's no way! Surely there's no way! Oh, Engine! Okay. The Engine that could. He is a tank Engine. And that is going to be a huge 1v3 that keeps Sangal in this game. Oh my lord, the FAMAS just works perfectly for him. Okay, guys.
That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And it keeps them going. It gives them just enough to keep the good fight. A long way to go, though, has to be said. I mean, we're talking a very long way here. Of course, 15-6, but More of that, please. We maybe still have a game on our hands. Ah, look at this, though, from Sangal. They know that they have to get some of that confidence, some of that aggression back. So positioning players top mid, ready for expected push here. Flash will be thrown. That's when the peak comes in. But they have to time this right. Otherwise, what happens is the underpass peak comes through. And it's actually just a free frag for Navi. So the timing here, the coordination from Sangal is actually really critical.
Oh,
And there you
my
go.
Lord.
That's the blunder, is with no underpass control, if you don't move on that early on and you wait late round, that's what happens. Underpass comes through, they go for the boost window, and they get the bottom mid kill. Now, to be fair, the boost window is smart. But
Az just went off.
yeah, I mean, Paz has just absolutely annihilated them, hasn't he?
Yeah, 4 kills from in the round. There's 2 very nice shots from Onkir, and I think as well that engine clutch, the 1 versus 3, I think that's the first time I've ever made a Thomas the Tank Engine reference on stream. So, engine really was the engine that could, as he kept Sangal in it, and now just pistols for Navi Junior. So 8 on the board, looking all too likely for Sangal, but you never know. I mean, Navi have won ones out with limited weaponry. Paz is doing more Paz things. He gets a couple from the Navi Junior side, and Onke just able to shackle that gun away before it gets too far away. There were 2 on 3, both of them towards Sandwich. Logic should be able to finish them both off, he will. Nice spray transfer from him. But, yeah, I mean, a couple kills found. Keeps the economy for Sangal in a low position.
Going for this close ramp play, the Molotov just blinding his vision for just a second. That's all it took. Hidden behind the flames, an attacking force that slipped right through ramp and out onto the site.
Onke has gotten so deep as well. Ooh.
I like the attempt. I do. Unfortunately, when the jump sound is made like that, it's a pretty big cue of exactly what you're doing. And at that point, you're going to get pushed every day of the week. That's exactly what happens. This comes down to an absolute bloodbath, but in the end, it's all going Navi's way. They trade their way to victory. They're getting the job done. And at 15-8 in a 3v1, Major at 34 HP, unless he wants to make a major star play, I don't see this happening anytime soon. And there's that. Job done. 16-8.
Yeah, Navi Junior do push it across the line, and what a performance from them on Mirage. Huge, huge game, and they will go 2-0 in the Swiss system, while Sangal, they'll go 1-1. So obviously not out. It's 3 wins and you go through to playoffs, 3 losses and you are out. But that is all from us today. Hope you enjoyed the game. Tomorrow, me and Flakes, we will be back with more Counter-Strike. Same time as we'll have Endpoint CEX versus Lil Mix. That should be an enjoyable game as well, so stay tuned to see that.
Feel free to talk.
Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something.
So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He's ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.
So, maybe I should open it.
Oh, don't kill me, please. I tell you everything. Code is loot, loot. I'm young. I don't wanna die.
Boss, code is loot.
Oh my god, idiot. Fuck, I surrendered by idiots.
Hey kid, sorry about that.